Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we have a Dwarf on Chaos matchup, and so I think this is a very fun one. And I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm bringing not my usual Dwarf army. I have one Slayer out on each side. My main line is composed of Dwarf Warriors. My secondary line, the Grumbling Guard and the Longbeards, for kind of some armor-piercing support. And these guys, just because a lot of the time Chaos brings a very Marauder heavy army, so I like to have a main line here with these Dwarf Warriors, so you can kind of trade more cost effectively against those guys. And in the middle here I have a Rune Lord on the Anvil of Doom, and I just put him on here so he's a little harder to toss around by any air squads or oh my god, Dragon Ogres, there we go. Dragon Ogre Shaggoths that the enemy brings. And so I have the Rune Lord and the Runesmith with all their spells, except for the missile resistance for the Runesmith. But on this guy I have nothing but the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. And so he's very cheap. And so I'll be kind of spamming that out to do the actual killing for the Dwarf Warriors. Yeah, and so considerable amount of money there. But the Rune of Wrath and Ruin is fantastic. As my range contingent, I do have one unit of Rangers. I have the Ulthar's Raiders, who will be able to mark the enemies. And I just had 300 left over, so I bought these Miners, who will be good against cavalry and heroes and stuff like that, and just kind of be a meat shield to help the Slayers hold the line. The final part of my army is I did bring 2 gyrocopters. I was kind of hoping he would not bring an air squad, so I could kind of just have uncontested ruling of the air, but he has. And his air squad is kind of strange when you don't really see very often. It's an Exalted Hero on a Manticore, and then a Chaos Sorcerer of Death on a Manticore, and a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. So 3 heroes on 3 Manticores, and he just have Prince Sigvald as his general, like penny pinching, but Prince Sigvald is very, very difficult to kill, but he doesn't have very much armor piercing damage, so I'll just be ignoring him essentially for this battle. You can see main line here of Chaos Marauders with great weapons. Sorry about that, a little honking in the background. Aspiring Champions make up the second line, and there are 3 Chaos Warriors in the back. He also has over here 1 unit of Chaos Knights with lances, who will be trying to get into the back lines and into my skirmishers. So the air fight will continue. And I'm just gonna try and lure him in here with my gyrocopters. Try and, get some early shots in with the gyrocopters. I do think that the gyrocopters should be able to keep away from the Manticores if I just do it right and I don't let them get a charge animation. But I'm trying to bring them in to my stocked units here. Both of these units have stock, so you can't see them. So I'm just trying to bait them in and maybe get a shot or 2. We can watch as the gyrocopters take a shot and run away. And we'll take a shot. So any damage we can get on these flying goon squads will help us take them down later. My Rangers are going to get a couple of opening volleys here, but he's going to move away really quickly, very smartly. My gyrocopters are just, going to continue to harass here, try and do some damage. Oh, here he casts Foe Seeker, so I think with Foe Seeker he should be able to catch us. The marked by Ulthar is coming up, so I'll be trying to get some axes going. The problem with this long formation that I have is it's really hard for these guys to get into their firing position. So you can see there, they only got a couple of axes because of that. But my Rangers are kind of repositioning and should be opening fire. And that, I don't know, whatever. Gyrocopters are doing their job, keeping these guys occupied while the main line approaches. And, got some decent damage there. Didn't really lose anything except ammo. And now, since I see these guys moving over here, I'm going to move my gyrocopters out here to start taking pot shots at the Chaos Knights with lances. These guys do have shields, so something to worry about. But this is definitely a threat he can't ignore, so he's going to have to come deal with these gyrocopters. He can't have them kind of poking away at these Chaos Knights if he wants them to survive. There you can see, got a nice shot there. Didn't drop any models though. My Rangers, with their non-armor piercing damage, I'm going to want on these Chaos Marauders, but I'm going to want my Ulthar's Rangers on their heavily armored units, specifically the Chaos Warriors with great weapons. So here you can see his Flying Goon Squad's coming in again, and I don't want that, so I'm going to be drawing my gyrocopters back over here. Drop a bomb? Nope. So you can see, got some good damage there, and I'm going to be opening fire. I think I'm going to try and drop a bomb on these guys as the heroes come in. And again, just want to keep these guys safe. Don't want to let these guys get caught, so you got to keep microing them. The Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, and I should be dropping a third rune on this guy soon. Got a little half bomb there. And you can see I have my Slayers in reserve, gonna keep them until these Knights come in or these Manticores come down to the ground. So here you can see I do let my gyrocopters get caught, but no unit models dropped, which is really what's important on these guys. Keeps the ammo alive and keeps the bombs alive specifically. So as long as you can do that, any damage isn't really that bad. So here you can see Flaming Sword of Ruin coming down on all these guys. But you know what? That's okay. Like I feel like I'm gonna win this fight. I have the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. I have my Longbeards in here, Grumbling Guard on this side. I got my Slayers for my backlines, and as long as I can just sit here, distract his hero squad. Look at this. How much money is chasing this 900 gold unit? There we go. He's gonna realize and bring it back, but I'm gonna just bring him back and follow. So there's really nothing they can do about it. This gyrocopter is going to come out here, just trying to split him up, drag his attention away from this main fight, which you can see I haven't really gotten too much damage, but my runes are coming down again. This Aspiring Champion is still very, very healthy. We get a little close-up of the mainline engagement. My Longbeards are going to be providing really the only armor-piercing damage here. His Exalted Hero comes down. I'm going to bring a Slayer unit in and start throwing some axes at this Exalted Hero, and he's not going to last long under that kind of withering bombardment. There you can see marked by Ulthar. And he's going to rout. Over here he tries to break through with his Chaos Knights, but I have Slayers and Miners here, so they're really not going to do much, even with the added flame damage. But here you can see Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin coming down, really dropping those guys really fast, and on this side as well. Yeah, you can see the oh, went a little too far there. You can see the Death Sorcerer, a lot of money out here, chasing off these gyrocopters, but he is successful. And again, this Death Sorcerer is going to be dragged away. And as this main line just continues, this is just going to get better for me. Chaos Marauder, his meat shields are finally routing off, and now it's just this kind of main line. And at this point, there's just too much on the field. I have too many heroes left. I still have my range units, still got my Slayers. And now it's just a game of attrition. My main line still completely intact. Prince Sigvald's still in here. But he's just not going to be doing very much damage. And my opponent is going to call it a quit with his Aspiring Champion still holding up the main line. Look at this guy. I should take a screenshot of this. Oh boy. He's gonna get thrown into his buddy there. Such an amazing model there. Definitely a cost-effective unit. So you can see here my Grumbling Guard did really, really well. My Longbeards did okay. Still good health here. Very small army, and a lot of kills, I think, on the Rune of Wrath and Ruin that weren't counted on this Runesmith, because I really don't think... Well, this might add up to 300, but I doubt it. And so that would kind of account for that. Over here you can see No kills on this huge hero squad. They were mostly chasing the gyrocopters. Good kills on the Chaos Knights for lances. I really didn't think they got that many. But mostly on miners, I think, and some slayers. And yeah, you can see just I had too much meat shield here, and too much Rune of Wrath and Ruin here for these Chaos Warriors to really pay for themselves without direct support from the heroes. Anyways, good game to my opponent Elephant, and thanks for watching. That's that.